I believe we only have one item on the agenda, which deals with the bylaw concerning utility fees.
Thank you, Your Worship. May I speak? Thank you, Your Worship, through the chair. First off, what a year that we've had this past week. Holy moly. I want to thank council for their support, and it's been a very, very busy week. I am proposing before council for your consideration is a relaxation of the fees bylaw in a policy statement for council. So this would be going forward, we would propose that this would be a temporary authority to have a policy in regards to the fees, rates, charges, and penalties, services bylaw 1321 and all amendments thereto.
Your Worship. Yes. Your Worship, I'm sorry, I cannot hear him.
Okay.
I'm missing too much of this.
I can't either, yeah.
Your Worship, before council is a proposed fees relaxation policy in regard to the fees, rates, charges, and penalties for services bylaw 1321 and all amendments thereto. This bylaw does include schedules which are around the utility fees. Since the COVID national health emergency has been placing pressures on our organization and community, it is administration's recommendation to propose a policy of relaxation authority for the chief administrative officer to support our emergency command center with timely and quick decisions around these issues impacting the community. As a notable example, in today's Calgary Herald, the city has provided a relaxation of the utilities for April, May, and June in order to support people who are having difficulty in this next very difficult period going forward. The intention is to allow some flexibility and to allow us to move forward very quickly and get communications going. Under the circumstances, administration is recommending authority for council policy position to provide the CAO discretion on a temporary basis with council's leave to relax and or suspend certain provisions in the bylaw with discretion. This would also be informed that council shall be informed in advance of any decisions implementing this temporary policy position. The recommendation is that council directed the chief administrative officer to suspend enforcement at his discretion of the fees, rates, charges, and penalties for services bylaw 1321 and all amendments thereto until June 30th, 2020.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thackeray. Are there any questions from council to our CAO? Councillor Bauer?
No, Your Worship.
Councillor Cox?
No, Your Worship.
Deputy Mayor Corbeil?
No, Your Worship.
Councillor Montgomery?
No, thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Peterson?
No, Your Worship.
Councillor Sobel?
No, Your Worship.
And I have no questions, so are any of you councillors prepared to or able to make a motion concerning that bylaw?
Your Worship, I would be to move the bylaw according to what CAO Thackeray read. If he could read the motion again, I would be happy to have my name attached to that motion.
Your Worship?
Councillor Sobel?
I wonder if, in addition to that, if Deborah could email that motion out to council. I did not get a report on this or this motion, and I'm still having some difficulty reading it, but I did get the gist of the motion.
Okay, we are just checking if there's a chance to email that motion to you or that bylaw motion to you right away.
Thank you.
Through the chair, we have just sent out the 2-page report again to all members of council.
Thank you. Would it help if we took a quick 2-minute recess for you to look over the motion and the bylaw information? Councillors?
Yes, Your Worship.
Okay, we'll just have if someone could make a motion for a quick recess?
Yes, I so move.
Okay, we have a motion to have a quick recess. And I don't believe we vote on those, do we? are back.
CAO
Sorry,
delegate.
Councillor Peterson. I just want to tell the public that we're back in session now, and we've been trying to get organized as far as a motion that we think is very timely and that will affect and help the residents in Strathmore. So I'll go to you now, Councillor Peterson.
Thank you, Your Worship. So the purpose of this, relevant to the meeting, is to recommend temporary authority to the CAO or delegate to adopt a fees relaxation policy in regard to fees, rates, charges, and penalties for services bylaw 13-21. And any of our public can go on to our website and find that bylaw 13-1. And so this is an amendment to that bylaw as related to the COVID-19 national health emergency and the pressures it's placing on our constituents and, of course, on our administration to respond. So I would therefore move that Council direct the Chief Administrative Officer to suspend enforcement at his discretion of fees, rates, charges, and penalties for Service Bylaw 13-21 and all amendments thereto until the 30th of June 2020, and the Council receive this report for information.
And did you want to speak to the motion at all, Councillor Peterson?
No, Your Worship, just only that I am very grateful that our Chief Administrative Officer and his people saw fit to bring this forward in this timely manner, and very, very grateful for the consideration that you and the administration and all council have shown in their diligence, and I'm very appreciative.
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments or discussion points from councillors? Councillor Bauer?
And just if this motion goes through, I would just like to see communication put forward by our comms department through our town website. I think that this is really going to help a lot of people in Strathmore, and we want to just let Strathmore residents know that if there are any other changes that we as a council can make to make their lives a little bit more mentally safe, please do reach out to us and let us know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Cox, any comments?
No, I'm fine, Your Worship. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Corbeil?
Thank you, Your Worship. No, I am in support of this.
Thank you very much. Councillor Montgomery?
I'm also very much in support of this.
Thank you very much. Councillor Sobel?
I have no concerns, Your Worship.
Thank you very much. And my only comments is I would just like to add and echo some of the comments made by other councillors. I'm very appreciative of our CIO who actually brought this idea forward. And these are tough times we're in. These are uncertain times. And I think this can do a lot to take away a little bit of the financial burden and stress that people are feeling on top of the COVID-19 virus. So I'm very much in favor of this. So now I will call the motion, and if you would signify your vote with an aye or a nay. Councillor Bauer?
Aye.
Councillor Cox?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Corbeil?
Aye.
Councillor Montgomery?
Aye.
Councillor Peterson?
Aye.
Councillor Sobel?
Aye.
And I am an aye as well, so that motion has carried unanimously. And that brings us to the end of our agenda, so I'm looking for a motion to adjourn the meeting. I do want to go.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:18. That was Councillor Bauer.
Yes, it was.
So Councillor Bauer has made a motion to adjourn at 5:19. Councillor Bauer would you signify with an aye or a nay?
Aye.
Councillor Cox?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Corbeil?
Aye.
Councillor Montgomery?
Aye, Captain.
Councillor Peterson?
Aye.
Councillor Sobel?
Aye.
And just before I cast my vote, I want to thank you all for being able and willing to take part in this special council meeting, and I'm glad you did it from home where you're safe. I wish everyone in the audience and the media and the councillors and administration a safe weekend, and best of luck to everyone moving forward. And my vote is aye for adjournment at 5:19.